For any family business, there's always unique journeys. Some that can be very smooth, some that could be very challenging at times, right? And, my advice would be for anyone who is getting into a family business, especially if there's a multitude of different siblings that are involved, always have open lines of communication. Make sure if there's frustrations or challenges, it's really important to make sure you're looking at the business, not always through the personal lens, but a business lens. My grandfather always used to say, do right by the business and the business will do right by you. And I think that's a really excellent way to look at the family business as a whole.
Fair. I love that. That's really wise advice. Our firm created something that we call the family business flywheel. If you're in a family business nowadays, it's kind of hard to not know what the 3-circle model of family business is. You probably heard of that at one point or another.
Yes.
And it's, it points out all of those areas of complication between the ownership and the business and the family. And that's what makes a family business so difficult and exciting, because you're in business with these people that you trust, know, like, and trust. But then, you have all these areas of potential conflict. One of the things that we've done is the flywheel is designed to really get the family talking about the family side of things. What is the family's vision for the future? What is the family's values and the purpose, aside from the business, so that people are able to do what your grandfather talked about, what you just talked about, was open those lines of communication just from the family side, and rather than through the business lens.
I think on that line too, it's very important to realize that you really have two roles as a family member. You have your shareholder role, and then you have your employee role. Those are two very separate roles. Right. And I think it's important to make sure you're able to wear those two hats. The other thing I would say is, in business, try not to be as emotionally attached, emotionally attached to the business. And if you're able to truly separate that, it works out incredibly well.